So this video we're going to be preparing the ship canal with a French press. Now French press pretty straightforward, and I'm going to use a pretty standard 16:1 ratio. So you'll notice when I brew, I'm always using a scale. I always measure the coffee and the water by weight and not by volume. I'm using a pretty standard, French press grind size. If you have a Baratza Encore, I set it to 34 to grind for the French press. If you're going to a store to use a grinder, for example, the French press setting is fine. If you're ordering ground for the French press, then we'll take care of that for you. If you don't have a scale, I'm going to tell you here how much 1 tablespoon of the ground ship canal weighs. But again, I highly recommend you grab yourself a scale. So that's about a tablespoon of the ship canal ground for French press, and it weighs 4.7 grams. So keep that number in mind. What we're doing here, again, 16:1 ratio. So I have about 30 grams of coffee here, and that's going to give me, I'm going to add about 480 grams of water to this. Pretty straightforward. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that and fast forward, and then we'll come back to it and I'll tell you how it tastes. All right, and we're back. Our French press is done, and now we're just going to have a little press and see what we see. Now there are a couple alternative methods to French pressing that I do sometimes. I'm just doing a standard French press here where I brew for 4 minutes and then I press, and that's it. All right, so this is the ship canal on the French press. It's got a nice roasty coffee aroma. That'd be the Sumatra. Sumatran coffees often have like an earthy sort of taste and aroma. It's a bit warm, but it's very thick. I get sweet right away. I get sweetness right off the bat. It's clean. There's no there's a little bit of an aftertaste, but it's not dominating. Like when I have some dark roasts and it just sticks in the mouth for a long time and gives you like terrible coffee breath. I don't get that on this one. As it cools ever so slightly, the chocolate comes out. And it's like, I don't know, it's like maybe like a 60% dark chocolate. So it's got like some nice dark chocolate bite to it, but it's also really smooth and sweet. I'm gonna have to start eating more chocolate so I can identify coffee based off of the chocolate percentage. But that's the dominating experience of this coffee. It's just like, it's chocolate, it's sweet, it's rich. It's not something that you need to think about too much. Now, I'm having this just straight up, so it's very smooth and clean, and it's got like dark cocoa. I know, and I don't have any milk or sugar here right now, but I know like adding milk or sugar, it really brings out that rich chocolatiness, and like I said, it's like drinking a hot cocoa, and I do enjoy that on occasion. So the French press is going to bring out a huge amount of the oils in this, and I think that in a full immersion with a lot of the oils is kind of where this coffee wants to sing and dance. But you can also check out my other videos where I have this coffee on a number of paper filter methods, and you can see just how it differs from this French press. Very full and rich, sweet, yet not overpowering. It's not like it's not like a lot of other dark roasts that really just kind of completely dominate and linger in the mouth for a very long time. It's fascinating because I don't get a huge amount of roastiness with this either. Like I can see that it's there, but it's not the dominating element. It's just a lot of chocolate, smooth, sweet richness. That's good. So that's the ship canal on the French press. If you fancy having the ship canal on your French press, you can get this in 12-ounce bags. You can get it in 16-ounce bags. You know, order it whole bean if you have a grinder at home. Again, on the Baratza, I used a 34. I would be intrigued to pull out a bit more richness from this and maybe dip even a little bit finer than that, but it is a French press, so you got a lot of flexibility there. You can also order this ground for the French press from the site. Just take a look at your options above and get yourself a bag and enjoy.